Like pies, bar charts are great for displaying groups of data, but they're a lot easier to read. Take a look at the pie versus the bar. On the pie chart, your eyes are moving all over the place to try and see what it means. Quick look at the bar chart and you can easily see that cats are the favorite animal. Plus, you're quickly surprised to see that lizards are the second favorite. In a bar chart, the sort order changes the story you're telling. Sort largest to smallest and you're telling somebody that popularity matters. Sort alphabetically and you're telling somebody to find what they're interested in to see how it compares. Sorting randomly is like telling somebody that you don't have a story, but I need to fill some space on my dashboard. The same is true with colors. The cat bar is biggest and it's red. Red is bad, so cats are the worst, which is the complete opposite of what the chart actually says. Don't ever use the multicolor option just to make your app pretty. We build to inform, not to entertain. Imagine that you have a theory that a person's occupation determines their sales potential. Right-click and add a new sheet object. Sheet object, chart. Bar chart is highlighted by default. Click Next. Choose Occupation as your dimension. Click Add, and Next. In the expression dialog, type sum, sales amount. Click OK, and Finish. And we get an ugly chart, but it's okay because we're going to fix it. Let's move it up here so we can see. Right-click, Properties, Expressions. First thing you want to do is give your expression a label. We'll call it Sales. Click Apply. You should always give your expressions a label, no exceptions. Now go to the Axis tab. We'll make the dimension labels fit by making them diagonal. Click the diagonal radio button and apply. We'll move this out of the way so you can see. Normally you want to avoid diagonal or vertical labels because they're harder to read, but at this point we're just looking at the data, so it's okay. Notice the huge bar on the right that's labeled with a dash? That means that we have sales that we don't know the buyer's occupation. Those unknown values wreck the scale of the known values, so let's hide them. Go to the Dimensions tab. Click Suppress when value is null. And click Apply. It's much easier to see the differences now. The bad thing is that it's somewhat misleading because it implies that we know about all of the sales. We'll fix that in a minute. To clean up some of the unneeded stuff on the chart, look for things that are there that don't help you understand the data. A quick and easy one is the dimension label. It's pretty obvious that the categories are occupations, so let's uncheck the box that says Label and click Apply. Not only did it get rid of some of the chart junk, but it also gave the chart room for the dimension labels. Let's take a shot at the chart title. Hopefully your first thought is to say, hey, it's titled twice. On the pie chart, we made the choice to keep the caption bar. Let's go a different direction. On the Caption tab, uncheck Show Caption, and click Apply. It's okay, but a little boring. Go to the General tab and click Title Settings. General, Title Settings. The Style drop-down gives you some options, but we're going to choose my favorite, which is Divider. The color option is for the color of the divider. If you leave it white, we won't be able to see it. Let's change it to gray. Gray. We'll click OK. 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 And then Apply. Now you can see the effect, but it looks a little off. Go back to the title settings and align it to the left. Title settings. Alignment. Left, OK, and Apply. Much better. Now it's time to sort the chart. We'll go to the Sort tab. By default, you'll see that it's sorted alphabetically, which is okay if all you want to do is present the data. But since our theory was the occupation determines sales, let's set it to Y value. And we'll click OK. Now it's easy to see that professionals buy the most, but maybe what we really want to know is what's going on in Canada. Let's click on Canada in your pie chart. We'll move this out of the way. And you'll see that Skilled Manual buys the most. You just created yourself a new question. Why is Canada different than the rest? As a designer, you need to make good choices on your presentation. The diagonal labels are really a poor choice. You almost have to tilt your head to read them. Let's fix that by going to the Style tab. Properties, Style. Here we can make some really bad decisions. Click on the 3D round option and click Apply. Move this out of the way. It's horrible. To give the 3D effect, QlikView has to add extra visual data points, making it difficult to see exactly what's going on. Let's change it back. And Apply. Now let's take care of those labels. In the orientation section, click on Horizontal and then Apply. QlikView now gives the chart enough room to display the labels and lets the user read them normally. Go to the Colors tab, and let's be a little naughty again. Click on Multicolored and Apply. Multicolored gives the bars color based on the palette in the Data Appearance section. Click on the red button and change it to hot pink. Click OK, OK, and Apply. You change the second color, which changed the second bar. It does it in order. Uncheck Multicolored, click Apply, and I feel better. But the current blue is the default, which will make it look like every other QlikView chart out there. Let's change it. Click on the blue, and let's choose this army green. Click OK, OK, and Apply. Not a great color, but you get the idea. The next step is a little controversial to the purists, but I think it's helpful to have some grid lines. Go to the Axis tab and click Show Grid in the Expressions section. Click Apply, and you'll get very faint grid lines. To change the color, click the Color button and choose a darker gray. Click OK, and OK, and OK. Now hover your cursor over one of the bars. You'll get a pop-up with the dimension and expression values. Since we haven't set a format for the expression, it's just a decimal. To fix it, let's go to the Numbers tab. Properties, Number. Click on Money and take a look at the format pattern. We probably don't need pennies on such large values, so let's remove the extra zeros. Here, delete, delete. Also on any negative values, delete, delete. And click OK. And let's hover over one of the bars again. That looks a lot better. Finally, let's add some more information to the chart. You suspect that there's a gender difference, so go to the Dimensions tab, Properties, Dimension, and add Gender. Click Add. Move this out of the way. And Apply. By default, QlikView will make it a grouped bar chart. In this case, it's probably better as a stacked bar. Let's go to the Style tab and click Stacked in the options. You'll get a preview here. Then Apply. It's a really ugly chart, but it's a start. Remember how colors mean things? At the risk of sounding sexist, pink is generally thought of as a female color, and blue is usually a male color. Our chart shows pink for male, which causes some dissonance. Army green is the female color, which really doesn't fit. So let's go to the Color tab and make some changes. Colors. Remember that QlikView chooses colors in the order of the sort. F comes before M, so the first color on the list is for female. Let's change it to a light pink. Colors, and light pink. Click OK, OK, and apply. Now change the second color to blue. And click, and we'll select blue, OK, OK, and apply. Now it fits those preconceived notions of color, but not only is the chart pretty ugly, it can be taken as controversial because right or wrong, you're reinforcing those stereotypes. Your apps aren't there as social commentary. They're there to help make business decisions. So let's change them to some more neutral colors. But instead of choosing from the predefined colors, let's put in some RGB values. For the first value, OK. Here, we'll put 252 and tab to the next, 141, tab, 89. Click OK, OK, and apply. For the second, let's use 145, tab, 207, tab, 96. Click OK, OK, and OK. Please understand that I chose these values as an example, and I'm not saying that they are the best in all cases. Choose colors that fit with the rest of your app. Now click on Male in your legend. The chart turned orange, which was originally the color for female. That's awfully confusing. Clear your filters, clear, and go back to the Color tab. Properties. Check Persistent Colors and click OK. Now click on Male again. It stays consistent when you filter. The more observant out there will notice that clicking on persistent colors changes the colors of your dimension values. No idea why it does that, but there's a better way to do colors anyways. Go back to the Expressions tab. Right-click, Properties, Expressions. Click on the plus sign next to the expression. Double-click on Background Colors, and you'll get an expression dialog. Here we'll tell the app exactly what we want. Type if gender equals M, capital M, don't forget it's case sensitive. Then we want RGB 145, 207, 96. Close it. Otherwise, we want RGB 252, 141, 89. And close your parentheses and close it again. Now when you filter on your dimension values, QlikView doesn't have to make any decisions. It just does what you tell it. We'll click OK and apply. A couple of more things before we move on. Remember how we removed the dimension label? We can do the same for the legend if your data is self-explanatory. Go to the Dimension tab, click on Gender, and then uncheck Label, and click Apply. With gender, you can make a case either way because M and F might be a little vague. Let's take care of it in the title. Go to the General tab. In the box where it says Title and Chart, notice that in faint letters it says Use First Expression Label. That's the default. Instead, type Sales by Gender and click Apply. Next, you need to decide if you want a border on the object. Go to the Layout tab, uncheck Use Borders, and click Apply. Removing the borders makes the object look like it's part of the page rather than an object in the app. I don't have strong feelings either way. Just be consistent with all of your objects. For now, recheck it and click OK. We talked a little about this with the gauge chart. Make sure that the chart is active. Hold down your Control-Shift keys and you'll see the red boxes in your chart. Notice where the legend is. It's docked to the right side. Left-click on it and move it a little to the left. That undocks the legend and lets the main area of the chart extend to the full width of the chart. Now shorten it by grabbing the bottom of the box and dragging it up. Let go of the Control-Shift. We'll click Clear. Now Control-Shift again, and let's move it to some place where it won't interfere with the bars of the chart. That's okay, but say you want to start over. We go to the General tab, Properties, General, and click Reset User Sizing and Reset User Docking. And then click OK. And you'll see that everything is set back to the way it was. You can either leave it there or start moving things again. That's it for bar charts. QlikView can do a lot more, but the techniques are a little advanced for this course. Let's move on and build a line chart.